Hello, today we will see how to handle a frame in a Selenium WebDriver, and if you have like nested frame, that demo also we will cover today. So today we will deal with this website, and in this one we have some content available in this box, right? And this content is available inside a frame. So let's say, what if we try to read this text without using the frame concept, what will happen in Selenium? So first I will navigate to this website and then read this text. Your content goes here. I want to read it and print it. Okay, or maybe I want to do some assertion. Okay, so that we will see today. So if I go to IntelliJ IDE, so I'm just taking one class frame demo. Inside that I created main method, and just for demo purpose I'm launching the Chrome browser using WebDriver, driver equal to new Chrome driver, then navigating to this application, frame application, maximizing the browser, and we will write our code here to get the text, and finally we are closing the browser. So let's start by getting the text. So first, before we get the text, we need to get the element, right? So I'll write web element text equal to driver dot find element by xpath. You can go with any locator, it is not necessary to use xpath here. You can use a different locator also. Now let me find the locator for that element. Okay, if I go here, I'll right click on this text, and if we see here, this is the text. Your content goes here. Okay, maybe if this content is changing, you can take a help of this body. Okay, and this body is having some ID. Okay, and inside body we have a p tag. So first I will find the body which has ID, body in bracket, which has ID attribute as, okay, let me copy again, ID attribute as tiny mce. So this will find us the body. Now inside this body we have a p tag, so put /p, and this will give me the content. So even this text is changing, so then also we'll be able to get the text, because we are using the p tag, we are not identifying the element by text. Okay, so this should give me the text, and let's see, I'll put it here. Then to get the text, I'll add sysout system.out.println the text is, and here we will print it, text dot using get text method. Okay, using get text method, and let's see if it's working or not. So I'll right click, run this program. It is navigating to this website. Before that we are getting this pop-up also, so let's deal with this also. First we'll click on this cross icon so that it will close this pop-up. Okay, so this test will fail anyway, because this pop-up we have not handled, right? So this is the svg button, right? And this button is having class. Okay, so we can use this class also. Okay, will not compare complete class, but this class has two values, talks notification dismiss and talks button, and there is 4 values are there for this class. Okay, so I'll find the button which has a class, find button contents, I will use contents @class comma and paste the value. Okay, I'm able to find this button. Even you can go inside this also div, and inside this also svg. Okay, close the pop-up. So this is the locator for close the pop-up. So before I get text, I will close the pop-up, and you see anyway our script is failed, it is not able to find this element. But let's see, if I close the pop-up, will it pop close equal to driver dot find element by xpath, and this is my xpath, and finally I'll do pop-up close dot click. Okay, this should close my pop-up, and I'll put some weight also so that I'll be able to see the browser. It will not get closed immediately, right? So for that I will add temporary thread dot sleep, and 3000 means 3 seconds it will wait here. Okay, now let me run it again. Let's see what happened. So it navigated, it closed the pop-up also. Now this time if you see, there is no pop-up also, that also we close. And let's see if we are able to read this, your content goes here or not. And if Selenium is not able to read this text, so we'll see how to deal with this kind of scenario. Okay, and it is failed. So our XPath is correct, but it is still not able to find the text. Why? So if you carefully inspect this and see, you will find this text element. Okay, this p tag. If you go to the parent, grandparent, somewhere you will find frame, iframe tag. Okay, so there is a iframe tag available inside the this HTML DOM, and this is previous to this one. Okay, if it is available after this p, okay, then there may be some different issue. But if it is available inside this frame, so if I close this frame or collapse, so if you see, it is available inside this frame. So if any element is available inside a frame, iframe, then we cannot directly communicate with it. So for that we will take this frame ID. First, using Selenium, we need to go inside this frame, interact with this element. Okay, move to this frame and go inside this frame, and then only you can get it. So how to go inside the frame? Okay, before get text, I will add switch to frame or iframe. Okay, so how we can do that? Driver dot switch to dot frame, and frame take elements also, string name or ID also, and index also. So we have a ID available, right? So I'll take this one, and this is the ID of that frame. So we are using driver dot switch to frame, and which frame? You can pass that frame ID or frame name or even element also. Okay, and let's see this time. So we have just added this line, and let's see if it is able to interact with the frame or not. And here it go. So the text is your content goes here, so we are able to read it. Okay, we are able to read it. Now let's do some experiment. Now I want to get this text. Okay, the heading. So I'll right click here, inspect. Okay, again inspect. This is a h3 tag, and let's see how many h3 tag are there. Only one. So I can use this XPath, okay, to get the heading. Get heading or like title text. So here again I will write web element title heading equal to driver dot find element by XPath, and this is the XPath, right? And I'll use system.out.println. Here I will use title heading is. Okay, and we will use the get text to get the text. Okay, and now if I go here, and if you see this h3 tag, and if you go up, it is not available inside a frame, right? It is not available inside, it is outside a frame, right? Frame is there after this element. Okay, if you go div inside this somewhere we have that frame. Okay, not before this h3, right? If you see carefully. So let's see if it is able to interact. And this time Selenium will fail here. It will not able to read this title, and we will see why. It will able to read this text inside a frame but not outside a frame. Okay, and it failed. So let me do one more thing. I'll just cut this, and I have done switch to frame, right? Before that I will add this text. Now will it able to read it? And yes, it should be able to read that text. So what is the issue? Why it was not able to read it before and now it is able to read it? You see, it is able to read. So what happened? So you entered into some frame, so now you have to come out of this frame also. Okay, so let me reverse it. So we are going inside a frame, and inside a frame if you have like 100 elements you can interact with that. But if you want to interact with any element outside frame, so we have to revert it again back, right? So how we will do it? So you have to come out of a frame, out of frame, and here I will use driver dot switch to dot and use the default content. Okay, so what this will do, you are switching inside a frame. Now after this line you will be able to interact with any element which is available inside this frame, but not outside, because you entered inside this, so you have to exit also. So to exit it we are using this line, driver dot switch to default content, and then we will be able to interact with outside element. And let's see how it works. Okay, this time it should work properly, and you see we are able to print the content inside a frame and outside a frame also. Okay, so these are the two different important things. Once you switch to the frame you have to exit also, then only you can interact with the elements outside a frame. Or you can if you use before switching to frame, it will work, because by default you are on outside frame only, you are not inside a frame, and every page will not have a frame. Okay, so if there is no frame you will not face any issue. Okay, that's it. Now move to another topic. What happen if you have multiple frames inside a same page? Okay, so let's see that demo also. So I'm just checking frame, and here we have nested frames. Okay, frame inside a frame. So I'll take this URL. So better I'll create another test for this one, multiple frames demo. Okay, multiple frames demo, and we'll copy the sum of the part, because I don't want to waste the time writing this again like Chrome driver and all. So copy it, paste inside this one. Okay, so this part I'll just remove it, keep it till maximize the browser and close. Okay, here we will deal with a multiple or nested frame. So first we will understand what is nested frame here. So if you see the box left, middle, right and bottom. So if I right click here and I want to get this left text, right? Okay, again do it. So it is here. Now if I go to top, I see the frame is there. Okay, again if I go little up, I see another frame also. Okay, there are two frames. Inside that frame we have this left element. Okay, and again if I want to get this middle text also, that is again inside a frame. This frame is available again inside another frame. So you see, so inside a main frame, this is a main frame, right? So first if you want to interact with any element left, middle, right, you need to switch to this frame. Okay, and then if you want to get left, you need to go inside this frame. If you want to get middle, again you have to come exit first frame, then go to next frame, and get the text. Again exit from second frame and enter into the third frame to get this right text, and again you have to exit. And then for bottom, again you have to come out of this main frame also and go to second frame. So you saw the scenario. So first we will write plain script to just get this text, identify these 4 elements and do the get text, and then we will see how to deal with this complex scenario like nested frame. Okay, so let me right click, find the locator for this left. Okay, this is inside a body. If I take this middle, this is again, okay, it has some ID. Okay, right, it has again same body. Okay, so what will happen if constructing X path will be also difficult, right? If I just take body, this also has a body and left also has a body. So if I type body here, you see it is highlighting all are available inside a body. But if I see for this first, okay, the body don't have any tag. So what I can do, I can take a help of frame also here to construct the X path. Okay, so frame which has a name. Okay, get a frame which has name equal to this left frame, and inside this get a body. So I'm putting 2 slash here. Okay, inside this also if I go, it's not taking the body, right? So what you can do, you can simply write body. This will also should work. Okay, but with body we have left, right, bottom also. Okay, but it will take left only. I'll tell you how. Okay, so web element equal to driver dot find element by XPath and put this body. Okay, so if I do sys out and get this element text, so what it will get? So here if you see, we are able to find 4 elements. Okay, so will it work? Let's see. So we will be able to do it, but not immediately. Okay, because first we need to go inside a frame and then only we will be able to get the text. Now here if you see, like you are getting something different, which we are not left, middle, right, bottom. Okay, so it is taking the main body actually. Okay, complete body, but I want this left. So what we need to do, so left is available inside this frame. Okay, so first switch to this frame. Okay, this main frame. So before I print, I will write here driver dot switch to dot frame, and this is my frame ID, and inside this frame main frame. Okay, inside this frame we have this but all the elements we have like left, middle, right. Okay, so again it will fail. If I run also, it will be not able to print that left, because inside this frame also we have again 3 frames, right? So it will not work. Okay, are we doing close pop-up? No, right? Let me copy that also. After maximize, close this pop-up also, save it, rerun it, and still this will not work because we have entered inside a main frame, but again inside that main frame we have one more frame available, right? So if you see, it is failed. So what we need to do, sorry, I think the URL also we have to change, which we have not done it. Frame, and inside this frames nested frame, this is the URL, right? Let me copy it and change the URL. Okay, still it will not work because we have entered inside a main frame, but inside that again we have left frame, middle frame, right frame, right? So it will fail here. You see it failed. Now what we will do, right click here, inspect again, or you can use this arrow and select this. Okay, so we have entered inside this frame. Okay, inside this frame also we have another frame here, which is a frame left. Okay, frame left. So we have to switch to that also. Switch to left frame. Driver dot switch to frame, and this is the frame. Now inside this frame I have only one body tag. Inside this frame, left frame, I have only one body tag. So that's why this XPath will work. It will take only the left. Now it should be able to fetch that text, and let's see if it is fetching or not. It is not it, right? So let's see what is the error. Button contains class. Okay, so this is about the this one, this close pop-up we don't require now, because on this screen we don't have close pop-up, right? And now if I run again, we'll be able to get the left text. No such element, right? So let's see why we are getting this no such element. Okay, so still it is not printing, right? We are doing all the things correct here. We are switching to top frame, then left frame. So what is the issue? The issue is in the where we are constructing this element. So we are constructing element on the top before we switch to the frame, right? So I need to move this part after I switch to both the frames. Okay, I'm switching to top frame, then left, and then I'm getting the locator also here, and then immediately print it. And now this should work 100%. Okay, so you see left is printed. Now I want to print next middle one. So what I can do, I can copy this one, and let me try. Okay, because left and middle also is available inside the top frame, right? So if I go to the middle, inspect, and if you see middle is frame is available inside the top frame only, right? So frame middle. So let me see if it work. Middle frame. So I'm switching to middle frame and then get the text. So I'll just change the name, element 1, element 1. So will it work now? Because here also if you see, like we are switching to main frame. Okay, inside main frame we are switching to left frame and printing the left frame text. Now I want middle frame, so I am switching to middle frame and printing the text. Will it work? So no, it will not work. The reason is which I discussed earlier also, right? We have to come out of this box, this frame, and then only you can switch here. Okay, then only you have to switch to middle, then it will work. So you see there is error. So my work is done inside a frame, left frame, right here in this section. So I will exit left frame, driver dot switch to default content, and that's it. For left frame the locator is different, so it is a div actually. Okay, inside a body it is a div with id, div with id equal to this. Okay, this is the locator. Okay, instead of body just replace this locator. So the default content will move back to the main screen actually. Okay, so out of this top frame also. So out of this top frame also. So what you need to do, you need to switch again to the top frame. Okay, copy it. After you do default content, paste it here. So again you have to go to top frame and middle, and then it should work, because default content will move out of the all the frames. okay, and now it printed left and middle. Okay, now let me do similar for, now we know like we have to, when we do default content, so we have to do default content for this exit middle frame, and then again I have to go to main frame, right side frame, okay, then print element and exit. All these things I have to do again. Switch to right frame, exit right frame, and I'll give right element, okay, so that it will be clear. And let me verify the locator also for this right element. So select the right element. So this is frame right, okay, so this also we need to change. So this is a frame right, and element is body again, okay, it is inside a body. Now if I do it, it should be able to print the right element, left middle right. So left middle right. So let me do for bottom also, okay, because we have done an exit also. So I'll go here, switch to main frame, but which is a bottom, then switch to frame. Okay, so let's first start with this one. What is the frame for this bottom? Okay, so bottom is available inside this frame bottom, okay, and this frame bottom, so you can minimize this so that you will understand. It is available inside a frame bottom, and inside frame bottom we don't have anything, okay, so we just need to switch to one frame, okay, frame bottom. So we don't need another frame here, and we can exit bottom frame, and here I will write bottom frame, okay, and print it. So locator also will verify. So this is a body, so this should work, right? So let me right click and run it, and let's see, we are able to print left, middle, right and bottom all. Okay, so we have learned like how to deal with frame, nested frame. We have done mistakes also in this video, and we learned something new here, okay, what errors we can do, what wrong can go, okay. So I think if you like the video, please don't forget to subscribe, so that I will create more videos on this Selenium series like this one. Thank you.